How's that sound? Sound alright? Oh, I know every engineer on every train, all the children and all of the names, every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around, yeah. That alright? Hey everyone, I'm Chris. I go by long French name. Easier to find, easier to spell. It's just easier. I'm gonna play some songs for you. Shelves upon shelves of trinkets and treasures, precious metals and velvet, boots of Spanish leather, boxes and boxes of all my lifespan collecting intoxicating objects now in my possession. They say if you care too much about things that you own, it's those things that will own you. So she don't need to keep them when I'm 6 feet deep in, but I suppose it all goes to Fiona. Piles and piles of bolts, nuts and wheels, entire sets of tires no one bothered to steal, grease and degreaser, wrenches, suspensions and loops, my garage a barrage of tools, bumpers and tubes. With some people they might judge a man by his cars, and you won't find mine at Daytona. So she don't need to drive them when I'm no longer alive then, even though those two go to Fiona. Brick upon brick I stack through the years, stick a post, stick nails, screw door right here, shingle and sheetrock, windows, floors and roofs. I do believe it's haunted, but I never found proof. Well, they say that every man's home is his castle. It's true from Zaire to Arizona, and this castle will have its queen when I leave this scene, 'cause I know my home goes to Fiona. Acres and acres of trees have been felled to make up the papers on which I spill myself. Pages and pages of lyrics and prose that fade to the ages as soon as I go. Yeah, they say a man's only as good as his word. I'm not sure the worth of these words I wrote up, and I doubt that you'll read them after my final season, but my tome's final home's with Fiona. Yeah, she don't need to keep them when I'm 6 feet deep in, but I suppose it all goes to Fiona. Thanks, y'all. It's one I wrote for my little baby niece. I guess it's not legally binding, but she's gonna get all my stuff when I die. I'm so glad to be here. I'm just really excited to be among all these other talented musicians, That Loathsome Devil, Arden, Rachel from Valkyrie, and Sarah, who preceded me. They were all great. It's very intimidating to sit in the crowd through that lineup and then have to come up here. I play music, and you can find it under Long French Name. It's out there. I just released this song on Spotify. I have some stickers that I'm giving away. Go grab them back in the merch area by Joe, the sound guy. Joe's also awesome. Let's give it up for Joe real quick. He's been holding it together. Got to respect those folks. Anyway, those stickers are free. They cost me like 30 cents a piece, so you just need to stream one of my songs 100 times on Spotify, and the marketing pays for itself. So if you take a sticker, remember, like 100 times. Thank you. I don't think I need this. Another song about yearning, and I can't remember the words. I guess that it really don't matter that much, 'cause it's just like every song that you ever heard. There's a man staring off in the distance with some whiskey on his pickup horse. There's a couple at Applebee's on that 20-lane street, realizing they're getting divorced. Well, it ain't exactly tears falling on the piano, sands through the hourglass of time. It's just another song about yearning, and you needn't pay no mind. Another verse about yearning, and I'm guessing you wish I'd shut up with my tri-country song dragging along, and I ain't really said that much, 'cause I lost on my taste for that whiskey. I don't have a truck or a horse. Hell, I ain't even been married. Never had that suburban divorce. Never stood on someone's steps in a rainstorm, waited for stars to align. So it's another song about yearning for something that ain't even mine. You're just another song about yearning, and you needn't pay no mind. Thanks, y'all. It's called Yearnin'. It's out. You can find it on the internets now, except for Amazon. They know what they did. This Labor Day weekend, they fucking know what they did. Anyway, this is the B-side. what his movement could do if he tried. Gears always spinning around in his mind. Sailors casting the gaze up to the sky. And all they need to know in that moment is the time. And I know he's been working overtime, trying to place that boat upon the line. Oh, I know he's been working overtime, trying to find out when, trying to find out when it is. Dead reckoning has beckoned too many sailors to the reef, but his escapement's losing placement as the ship it shifts and creaks. Late night in the shop and it just ticks and tacks and ticks. He knows that there has gotta be some kind of trick to this. He knew what his movement could do if he tried. Gears always spinning around in his mind. Sailors casting the gaze up to the sky. And all they need to know in that moment is the time. And I know he's been working overtime, trying to place that boat upon the line. Oh, I know he's been working overtime, trying to find out when, trying to find out when it is right now.
All right, thanks y'all. In case you didn't catch it, that's about John Harrison's 17th century, or 18th century, sorry, journey to invent the marine chronometer. The British government, presented a prize for anyone who could figure out a way to determine a ship's longitude, and they awarded 20,000 pounds, which in the 1700s was a lot of pounds. It's kind of a lot of pounds now.
Generation, what of us might they find between the historians and the minstrels? Always was the finest of lines. Our skies darken from these forest fires, our books too will burn in time. I watch the smoke rise heavenward like the ghost of the divine, like the ghost of the divine. Of course we know it is coming, we read headlines and see signs. I check the clocks but there's no comfort in counting what's left of time. Well, I used to sit and watch those seconds tick, but that was how I lost my mind. I haven't seen the hands move in years, but that doesn't mean I'm fine. No, it doesn't mean I'm fine. I seek solace in that hemlock forest resolution in the ocean's brine. I seek forgiveness I surely won't get for those occasions I was unkind. Inhale sweet smoke and I hope for numbness when I'm just too tired of trying. Always resume rowing tomorrow till 6, set me down in pine. Until 6, set me down in pine. Redirect, we unplace gently, glassy melody plucked on tines. From bright fire comes our darkness, from desperation comes our crimes. In desire we construct our melancholy and seek fall with the peace we find. Our final hopes rise in ash and smoke like the ghost of the divine. Like the ghost of the divine. Like the ghost of the divine. Like the ghost of the divine.
Thanks, y'all. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to switch tunings. That's fun. I like this because you don't have to do anything and it just sounds good. That last one was about climate change, and this one's sort of about climate change, and like 80% of the stuff I write now is about climate change. And because I'm upbeat like that. This one's also about baby boomers and how they can probably die soon, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Drink Narragansetts and pretend that we were old New England fishermen, salt of the earth. Sometimes it's so blurry, a tiny slice of time. Those old generations just feel so defined. We look into the future, it's a trick of the mind, that the past plays on us while it sneaks up behind. So why not pretend to be someone long ago? We have already been sentenced for our ancestors' crimes. Live your own life, live it in your own time and die. That's the important part. We selected a band to come dance on God's grave. Traffic goes for miles to see these widows play. We load up on Ditch Street and drive out to the show, just talking about free love in some wood-paneled boat. like there was no plague and Reagan got no votes. Everyone was just waiting on our school envelopes. So just take a sample of any era you like, a buffet for the end times. Let's just go for broke. Live your own life, live it in your own time, then die. That's the important part. So please remember, please remember, please remember to die sometime. Look out at the ocean and it's flipping us off. We sit under our trees but the leaves are all lost. The sun is relentless and our fields are soft. Hurl insults at the future to whomever's at fault. Live your own life, live it in your own time, then die. That's the important part. So please remember, please remember, please remember. That's that one. All right. Now I'm in this tuning, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Let me do another waltz for you. I got a whole bunch of stuff in 3/4 tonight. Well, if you see old Sammy, that downtown drunk, why don't you throw him a couple of bucks? Because all Sammy wants is to throw back a pint. Yeah, he's drinking to living, man, he's doing it right. Well, I went on down to the general store. I bought 2 shotgun shells and a truckload of boys. Well, I drove myself home, and with that hammer and lathe, I built a beautiful coffin for my pauper's grave. Well, me and Sammy, we weren't too different. We had jobs, we had wives, man, he might have had kids. But when the factory closed, we went our separate ways. Oh, I struggled to keep my life, Sammy drank his away. Well, Sammy was right, and God knows I was wrong. Because right after that, my family done gone. Well, my daughter was wrecked while she was driving out late. And my wife found an easy life with some banker upstate. Well, the oil was hot and that chicken was fried. So I savored each morsel, then I sat down outside. I pulled the shells from the pocket of my old woolen coat. pulled that cold shotgun open, I studied those holes. Well, those empty barrels seemed an infinite space, but something wouldn't let me drop those shells in place. I put them back in my pocket and I leapt from my seat. I sold the coffin in town, I bought drinks for Sammy. So if you see old Sammy, that downtown drunk, why don't you throw him a couple of bucks? Because all Sammy wants is to throw back a pint. Yeah, we'll be drinking to living, man, we're doing it right.
Thanks, y'all. That's an old one, but it's gonna be out. I'm trying to do an album this fall. It's called Country Songs for Sad Communists, and there's just a lot of reasons to be sad if you're a communist these days, and we need to reclaim country music for the left, like Woody Guthrie.
You find yourself in that Chinese room. You say you understand, but who knows if you do? You think the universe is sending you messages that the fates speak incomplete sentences, that God's broadcasting a guide to end all your restlessness. But that isn't true. Bury your face in some arcane text, head heavy with the hypothesis to test. Think there's something secret in these reading rooms, because of all the times you cracked a book to find a world that had been hidden from you. Crawling closer to the truth with each tattered tome you consume. But you're not there yet. You're a trolley conductor, too many levers, too many tracks. You keep searching for that perfect answer, but you're leaving carnage in your path. Two roads diverge in your worlds, you'd sit down to study the night. But you don't know where you wanna be, so what damn good is that? You find yourself in that Chinese room, decoding tablets from the dot-com boom, and you spend small hours on a hotel roof, grasping at the sublime with just a decent bottle of wine, making don't pass bets against time. You're a trolley conductor, too many levers, too many tracks. You keep searching for that perfect answer, but you're leaving carnage in your path. Two roads diverge in your words, you sit down to study the night. But you don't know where you wanna be, so what damn good is that?
That's that one. That's about philosophical thought experiments. There's two of them in there. There's a trolley problem in the Chinese room. I'm gonna have like a footnotes with Wikipedia articles. So John Harrison, you're gonna want to do Chinese room. That's John Searle, and Philippa's foot, trolley problem. How am I doing on time up here? No one cares. All right, I'll just keep playing. I met D.B. Cooper when I was drinking on that ancient Indian coast. He told me a story about a boy trapped in the rain, about a federal agent ghost. He hesitated, he stared into his drink like the answer was inside. When I'm asked if that boy ever made it home again, he said he's lost up in the sky. Baby, I'm bien borracho, oh yeah, I've been drinking too much. But on the beaches of Guerrero, it's just cheap mezcal and sun. Oh baby, I'm bien borracho, and that northeast road was rough. Still on the streets of Cuernavaca, all my drinks, they're 2 for 1. I met Kowalski when I was hitching south past those Copper Canyon pines. Here's a man, no point, ain't no point being a man caught up in his angels fire. I heard months later the man met his fate. I heard he just refused to stop. 'Cause when you live your life like that, man, going forward's all you got. Baby, I'm bien borracho, and the locals, they're looking rough. 'Cause these mescalero prophets, yeah, they're saying enough's enough. And on the beaches of Oaxaca, they're trading drugs for guns and passing years of hatred on to their daughters and sons. Down west of Sierra Madre, where the gunpowder burns your cuffs, and the difference here between life and death is just a little bit of luck. Soon we'll all be heading northwards to the country we left in our dust. 'Cause the guns of Sinaloa, they'll be pointing straight at us. And yeah. Thanks, y'all. All right, I'm gonna do, I guess, like one more. Does that feel like the right amount of time? Time doesn't work the normal way when you're on a stage. When I was back east, I was always looking west. Then I went and I yearned in reverse and obsessed.
trying to find the place where I could be my own authentic man, seeking that distant meridian where we reset. But even in Arcadia, there I am. Down a dusty arroyo lay bleached bones of the monsters man slain. They didn't realize that violence is exactly how monsters are made. Is this the legacy human, to wrench the world apart with our hands? I'm fighting my way out of history's bloody maze. But even in Arcadia, there I am. In this ersatz utopia, my sweat-soaked gloves struggle to grip. So I ride the sickening curves of suffering's Mobius strip. I reach down for my bootstraps, armed with ambition and a plan. I find myself shoeless as the day I came to exist. 'Cause even in Arcadia, there I am. To send the headlands at low tide, I draw a border in the sand. I can't think of a better place for my final stand. But even in Arcadia, there I am. Woo. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Long French Name. You can find me as Long French Name anywhere. Grab a sticker back at the merch table. It's free. And thank you all. Thanks to all the artists who played tonight. Thanks to Sad Times Productions for putting this on. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your night. Woo!